Hi students, welcome to Edurific. So, as you can see, we are already on the App Lab page of the code.org platform. So, in this session, we shall learn to create a simple app of guessing a passcode. So, the passcode will be that of a logged treasure box, which the user, that is the player which we can prefer to be called as, tries to guess the passcode of the treasure by availing the hint which we will be giving, and in case if he enters the correct password, then the treasure box will open. Otherwise, the treasure box will not open and the player loses the game. Also, in this session, we will be learning how to add the sound effects for some of the winning and losing criteria. Shall we begin? Firstly, I have just done some homework before beginning this video, which is of adding two images of a treasure box, one open and one locked. So, I hope you will download pictures of a treasure box which is locked and a treasure box which is opened previously. So firstly, we shall go to the design mode to create our layout for the app. Firstly, for this project, we will be requiring two screens like we have not done it before. So, in the screen 1, I shall upload the image of the locked treasure box. How do you upload the image? It's very simple. We shall go to the screen 1. A properties tab appears on the workspace like for all the elements. Then, in the image section, we shall click the choose button and we shall click the upload file button, and we can upload the saved image for the treasure box onto your visualizing section. It's similar for screen 2. I shall go to new screen for creating a new screen and name it screen 2. Now for this again, I shall go to the image section, click on the choose button, click on the upload file button, choose where I have saved my image and place it in the visualizing section. As you know, the IDs for screens are again very important. We have taken the IDs as screen 1 for a closed treasure box and screen 2 for an open treasure box. Now all we need to do is create the further layout, that is input label where the player can enter the guessed password. For that, as you know, we should drag the text input element just below and just increase its size. So this is where the player will be guessing and entering the passcode. So how do we give a hint? Like we've discussed before, we just thought of giving a hint for the passcode. So firstly, before giving a hint, we shall decide on what the passcode shall be. So let's take a simple passcode like 1, 2, 3, 4, a 4-digit passcode. So what shall be the hint for the passcode 1, 2, 3, 4? Yeah, it's simple. We can just give the hint like the first 4 numbers. Alright? So how do we open this hint? For that, we shall take the button element, just drag it and place it anywhere on the screen, which is not the final position. So I hope you note down the ID numbers. So this will be our button 2 and our text input which we have given is text input 2. So this is our button 2. As you can see, the properties have opened. We shall delete everything, that is, there won't be text on the button and there won't be any color for the button. So we'll just make it white. So as you can see, our button has become white with no text in it. Now we shall add a question mark. For this, we'll go on to the image property, click on choose and click on icons. Now, since it's a hint, we shall be adding some question mark symbol. As you can see, there are two question mark symbols, one question mark with a question circle in it and the other with a question mark. So I have chosen the question mark with a question circle in it. Now I shall reduce the size of my button. It's very important to note down the button names because that's what we'll be using in our code. And now I'll drag this button into the text input element. So why are we doing this is when the user lacks any knowledge of our passcode, he should be clicking on to this button, and on clicking on this, the hint will be displayed. So how will the hint be displayed? We can use the label element for our hint to be displayed. So we shall drag our label element just above the text input element and place it here. And as we have discussed, since our passcode is 1, 2, 3, 4, the text inside the text label will be the hint, which is the first 4 numbers. So now it's easy for anyone to guess what the passcode can be. So our screen 1 is ready, just that we have to be adding one more button, which is the click here button, which can be below it. So this means that once the user enters the guess password after availing the hint, or maybe before availing the hint, he should be clicking the button, which we will be naming as click here or go, anything. Since it's large and it's enlarging, we shall just type in go. Alright. So our buttons are ready and our input elements are ready. So it's very important to take note of the IDs for our elements which we'll be using in the design mode, because we'll be using the same IDs in the coding mode. So this go button is button 3, which is the ID. Now our screen 1 layout is complete. Now we shall go to screen 2's layout. For that we'll be clicking screen 2. So basically there are two possibilities. One, the user or the player will guess the correct passcode and he wins. 2, the user or the player guesses the wrong passcode and he loses. So we should be availing text for both of these situations. For that, we shall go to the text area element, drag it, and place it here. And we shall be including some text which will be engaging the user and encouraging it. So this text, which is named as text area 4, we shall write if the user wins, we'll write you win. Enjoy the treasure. Now, in case the user loses, we shall again have to add a text area element, and in that our text will be you lose. Try again. Alright, so these are the two possibilities for which the user might win or lose. our text area elements have been named as text area 4 and text area 5. It's very important to take note of these elements which I am telling you repeatedly. Alright. So we can also add a text area element in our screen 1 to engage the user. So what do we add? So we'll drag the text area, place it above, and we can say something interesting like guess and enjoy the treasure. So with this, all our screen layout preparations in the design mode are done. Now all we have to do is feature them and give them characteristics in the code mode by using different commands and enabling this app to come forward. We can get on to the code mode by clicking on the code button. So now as you can see, we are already on the code mode of the app lab page for our project. All we need to do now is give character traits for the design operations that we have done in the design mode. What do we do for this? Go on to the UI controls in the toolbox and drag the first command of on event. As you know, on event when a button or anything specified in the green block are going to be done. Be choosing where the user will be entering the passcode, which is text input 2. This means that the value entered in text input 2 is stored as variable x. Now there are two possibilities. One, the user guesses the correct password, and two, the user does not guess the correct password. For including these two possibilities, we shall go to the control section and drag the if loop, assemble it in the scripting section. So now we shall be discussing about if the user guesses the correct password. So for this, we should be first specifying what our password is, for which we shall be going to the math category and dragging the equal to command and pasting it here and saying that If the variable x is entered as 1, 2, 3, 4, then screen 2 should be flashing. This is our screen 2, which says that you have won and you have to enjoy the treasure. So for this, we shall drag the UI control category and go to the command set screen and choose our screen, which is screen 2. And now, as we've discussed, we'll be adding some sound effects. For that, we shall be going to play sound command and place it here. We can choose any sound. By clicking on the choose command. For example, this is for a victory, so we can choose something with win. So this means that when the user guesses the correct password, screen 2 flashes and the sound for a victory will be red. Now, if this does not happen, which is else, what should be happening is that screen 3, which I have made, should be flashing, which says that you lose and try again. For this, we shall again drag the set screen command from the UI controls category and assemble it in the workspace. So since this is screen 3, we shall be choosing screen 3, and this is for loss, so we shall be playing a sound which is discouraging by again dragging the play sound command and choosing a song. Which can be default. So now this is with if the user guesses the password without a hint. What if the user wants a hint? So we'll just go to screen 1 and see. So we have given the hint to be as the first 4 numbers. So we have to click again, go to the UI controls category, drag on even command, now since this is a button, the question mark is a button with the ID button 2. This means that on clicking button 2, the hint with the label, the first 4 numbers should be flashing on the screen. For that, we should drag the set text command, place it here. The ID of our label is label 2. And our text is already visible. Or we can re-enter our text. Which is the first 4 numbers So now, as you can see, our code is ready. Just going through the code once more, we shall see that there are 2 events. One event is when the button Go is clicked after entering the text, which is the guessed password by the player. So, when the password is entered, there are 2 possibilities that a password is correct and a password is wrong. If the password is correct, the win screen should be appearing with a win sound. If the password is wrong, the lose screen should be appearing with a lose password. Now on clicking the second button, that is the hint button, a label with a hint should be availed. Now our code is ready. We shall try our code by compiling the code, and we compile the code by using the run button on the visualization section. So I shall click the run button. Our code is compiled. Now if I am the player, I shall try guessing a wrong number first, which is 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I shall guess it. As you can see, I lost the game and I'll be trying again. For this again, I'll reset. And now, again I'll run the code. And this time, I'll be entering the correct one. But for that, I shall avail a hint. As you can see, my hint is availed and the first 4 numbers. Now I shall be guessing the correct password by entering it 1, 2, 3, 4. And clicking the Go button. So as you can see, a you win, enjoy the treasure statement has appeared with a sound in the background. Thus, we have now created a passcode app which enables the player to guess the password and the consequences. I hope you have now familiarized yourself very well with the app lab and enjoyed learning throughout the process. Thank you so much.